We're live.
Hey guys.
We got 2. Yay. We're popular. Oh, no, we're down to 1. Oh, you're back. Cheers, everybody. It's an Angry Orchard kind of night in this house, so cheers. It's my post-workout drink of the night. I'm sure it's great. Hello, SNS.
Hey guys, how's it going? Well, we need to look at the camera. It's over here.
But I can read. Hey, Mark. Hey,
Hey, Mark.
Claudia.
Hey guys.
Hey, everybody. We'll give it a couple more minutes, but we won't keep you here too late. Oh.
What?
Fellow right down the highway.
That's right.
How
do you want to do it? How long do you want it?
I don't know. What time? Give it 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all Canadian but us.
That's okay.
Well,
you're welcome anyway.
Sure. You guys are in Seattle. It's close enough.
They're in Seattle?
Oh, not SNS. Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of the Nerds.
I am. Sorry.
Refresh me. Where are you guys,
again?
Hey, Cinnamon.
Hey, Cinnamon.
New
Hampshire. Nice.
Well, then I hope you have appreciation for the Sam's glasses.
That's it.
We love New England.
Where's all the Patriot swag?
Not here.
No.
New Hampshire's close enough. Although you're close to Quebec, which Anastas hates Quebec, so sorry. He's not wrong. New Hampshire's close enough. Although you're close to Quebec, which Anastas hates Quebec, so sorry. He's not wrong. Hey, so I knew you were California somewhere. I assumed it was LA, but yeah, I knew it was Cali somewhere. Holy crow, we've actually got 11 people that have joined us. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Holy crow.
Yeah, it's good to see everybody.
This is totally Steve's idea, FYI.
What?
Yeah, we should go live.
Well, we had said initially we would go live. Hey guys, we'd said initially we would go live when we got 200, but for some reason we never did.
No, because we were all into the hype of planning for this trip and stuff like that, so we just figured we'd push it off to 500. And in full disclosure, my plan was to go to Spinetti's and the other general store and pick up a ton of loot for giveaways. Loot. So yeah, it was totally taking a page out of Hog and 2 Cents book, but I love it. So, because there's some really cool vintage stuff that I think,
we all have our vintage collections, or we all have our collections for Vegas, I'm sure, and it's always cool to get some swag that you may not normally get. I always have my poker chips by, so I can always play shuffle poker chips while I'm at work.
I'm following the chat. Steve can keep yakking. So really, we'll just cut right to the chase. We have the worst news possible, and that's that we are canceling. We're in the middle of dismantling. Steve spent some time on hold with Spirit trying to get our flights. But the long and short of it is we've made the decision that needs to be the best for us right now. And the fact of the matter is, I hate to say it, but the U.S. has a lot more coronavirus cases than we do here in Canada. Our neighboring province is mandating that all government workers, if they return to the province after some travel, go into quarantine for 14 days. And I'm a government worker here, so that's it doesn't seem like a good risk to take, just based on if Quebec is doing it, and I know BC has got it, so I feel like at some point Ontario is going to follow suit. And of the 17 cases that hit in Ontario today, 15 of them were travel related, so only 2 were community acquired, and I'm at enough risk at work. I'm not telling anyone how to plan their vacations or what they want to do. We just had to do what was best for us. And for me, the concept of doing I hate to say this is an unnecessary travel because to me it's totally necessary. But my work wouldn't see it as necessary travel at all. Although I probably could make an argument for mental health.
Hmm.
But yeah. Well, they're closing schools. Yeah, schools are being closed for 2 weeks after March break.
Yeah.
Like everything's just going nuts, and it's shitty because I would love to go meet everybody. Like it's huge to me. I mean, the only reason we booked this was because of my FOMO. So it's unfortunately the right thing to do for us.
Yeah, I think further to what she's saying, from my perspective, it's not necessarily that I'm worried about getting coronavirus, because I'm really not. That's probably one of the least of my concerns. My concern initially at the start of the week, and I was talking to Jama about this earlier, but my concern at the beginning of the week was whether I was going to be able to get into the States, because we were intending on driving to Detroit and flying out of Detroit because we got a great deal on airlines from Detroit. So my concern was coming across the border and whether or not we would be able to get across the border, and that shifted throughout the course of this week with everything that's come up to whether to us would be a much bigger concern. Obviously, it's not necessarily bad for me because I can work. Pretty much a worker. She's a paramedic. So obviously, not only is she going to be more and more needed as this gets worse and worse on the road, but she can't be in a situation where she's, stuck in Vegas for a month or whatever, wherever we're stuck.
It's not fair to do to my coworkers. We already run pretty skeleton as it is because public health care. And it's just not fair to do to my coworkers to go on a frivolous trip, perhaps get stranded. I totally hear you, Cinnamon. Like, if we lived in the States, it would be a totally different ball of wax because we'd be like, whatever. But we're legit concerned about being able to get home. And I think that's our...
I'm sure, we can see all the stuff closing all over the strip, and we can see, like, Disneyland closing and everything else is closing, which is, I get it. There's a lot of concern and everything, but that's not my concern. My concern is not whether or not I was going to get coronavirus. I look at it this way: if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it from her probably before I'm going to get it from Vegas. So that's a non-issue for me. The big issue is getting back home, and to me, I'm not sure. I'm not 100, and nobody can tell me 100% whether or not the borders are going to be closed because nobody knows.
It's such a fluid situation, and I don't want to get to Sunday night, Monday, crossing a border, and then what? And then the flip side too is, like, we do see everything's closing in Vegas and things that I love, like pools and whatever.
There's a ton of people we wanted to meet, but
tons. Like, it was.
It's not like Vegas is going anywhere, and we're relooking at our plans for June now, because we'll definitely be back there sooner rather than later. So yeah, Nick, I appreciate that. This has been a very, very tough decision, and we've been going backwards and forwards on it all week. And quite honestly, we just kind of looked at each other yesterday after
pretty much after they canceled all sports.
Pretty much after after they canceled all the sports, we just kind of said, you know what, this is starting to get a little serious now. So yeah, we had to make that decision, and we did.
Oh, we were supposed to join everybody next week. We were flying out on Monday morning and staying till Friday night.
Yeah.
So I've been slowly, painstakingly canceling everything as we go along. Steve's got, I think you just have the flights now to deal with because you've dealt with all the other stuff, and I'll deal with the hotels and the plaza. And sad we're not going to get to meet Jonathan on this trip, but I'm sure we'll make it up on the next one. We're probably going to go big in September now because we can't. Please do drink.
Please do, Nick. Cheers, buddy.
All the vodka and Angry Balls, please.
Somebody's got to have a Jaeger bomb in my honor, please.
Right. And you know what? There is so much stress about this, and everyone's just trying to get through it the best they can. I would never fault anyone for going, and I don't fault anyone to do what was best for us. And I actually fully expect that I'm going to get it at some point in the course of my work. But that sits better with me as a responsible adult that I got it through the course of doing my work as opposed to taking off to Vegas to be a total degen for 5 days. So,
Not saying that we're not going to be a DGen once all this crap blows over.
Yeah. Like
but
we're probably going to go big in September.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we were go big or go home on our next one, and we'll totally make it up to all the casinos with the revenue they're not getting this week. Don't worry.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, total bummer.
Yeah.
It's killed me all week to like stupid little things like the My Vegas rewards. I'm like, oh, canceling vice versa. Damn it. Canceling the lobby bar at Aria. Damn it. Like all those little things have just like sucked.
Claudia, here's the funny truth to going to Woodbine. We have a casino that's literally, and no word of a lie, it's about a 10-minute walk from here.
Yeah, I can tell you, we're in Brantford. If anyone has been, I put it up on the thing that we're, but yeah, we are like a stone's throw to Brantford Casino.
Literally a 10-minute walk from here, and we've been in there once.
In
10 years. Once in 10 years.
Hey, Jano.
Hey, Jano. How's it going?
What's shaking, man? You just missed our news, and that's that we've actually bailed on next week. So, for all intents and purposes, we're staying home and doing our part to be responsible grown-ups, which sucks. But we didn't want to run the risk of truly getting stuck in Vegas, which sounds amazing. But so that's cool, Claudia. I actually grew up in Ajax. Go Dennis O'Connor. And then Steve has been luring me west ever since we've been dating. So, yeah.
You know what, Alice? Quite honestly, we've been to it once. We went once. We'd go for dinner and give the casino a try to see what it was like.
We got them, Jano.
Yeah, and you know what? The dinner was
shit,
awful.
The casino,
all the games in the casino were probably 10 or 15 years old. They didn't really have any new stuff, so we just we stuck around for a bit and played up the free play that we had on our cards, and then we just buggered off. Our closest, it used to be right across the street from our closest Tim Hortons, and so I'd go there in the morning sometime, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and the parking lot at the casino is packed. Like, I mean, I have no idea. I guess I think it's busy 24/7. It's just insane.
Turkey shoot. Okay, you gotta enlighten me.
What's turkey shoot?
Yeah, who's shooting turkeys? Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me with the FOMO.
We lived like a half an hour or 45 minutes south, other than the fact that we'd live in Buffalo if that was the case. But if we did live in Buffalo, we'd definitely be coming next week. Because like I said, the issue for me is just getting back across the border. So that's all I've got.
Oh, that's awesome. You know what? I might actually be willing to take a trek over there just to see if they have turkey shoot, because that's hilarious. Please relay our hellos to Anastas in your best New England accent,
That's
please,
it.
Cinnamon.
And tell them we're drinking the Sam Adams with the Sam Adams glasses today.
Yeah.
So,
It's not a beer, it's a cider.
That's it.
But yeah, we were totally looking forward to running into you guys, drinking with you guys, having so much fun with you guys, and yeah, we're just gonna live vicariously through you. Seneca has. You know what? I used to love Seneca Niagara.
No, you like Fallsview.
No. Seneca Niagara is great. We used to go there on my girls' weekends.
She used to like Fallsview.
No, you weren't there. We would go stay at the Sheraton across from the Seneca, and it was great.
She liked Fallsview.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, please vlog everything. Allow us to live vicariously through you.
Absolutely.
Kayleen, if you could, not be pregnant. not that I want anything to happen to your baby, but I'm very disappointed that you can't come out in September because you're going to be, ready to hatch. I'm just saying. I need partners in crime here, people.
Oh, who can afford the Fallsview tables? No joke. They're very expensive for sure.
Cinnamon is, not cinnamon. Yes, laundry is awful. Unless we were nudists, there's never any time that laundry's not done because whatever you're wearing is going to be dirty, and I'm not about to be a nudist.
No, we wouldn't get anything posted on YouTube if you did.
No, that would be on a different channel. So yeah, we're totally bummed. I know. Well, we were gonna do late September because that's.
When's your birthday, Kayleen?
I think she's early. I feel like you're like you're 4th, 5th, 3, 4, 5. Do you guys have dates? Yeah.
Oh, we do.
We do, and it's late. Like I feel like it's the 27th to October 3rd.
And go in late September because that's generally when M Life offers 3-for-1 points.
Yeah,
so we
see?
can usually make up a ton of points on M Life the last week.
And I'm in
of
California
September.
the week before
And
every year.
Yeah, every year she goes to California every year to meet up with a bunch of her friends for the weekend. So yeah, we usually turn that into an extended trip, and I just meet her in Vegas.
Oh, I've got
my
boatloads.
Vegas comps. We got tons of them. We have to cancel all of those too. That's something I just
like,
thought of. And it's funny because we were only spending one night at Vidara, and California's closed.
Well, it'll be back by September. I'm not going there anytime soon.
Yeah.
It'll be September. Late September. Oh.
So that's
sweet.
Yeah. That's we're there like 27th.
27th to like
27th to the 3rd of
if
October.
not long. Well, 27th to the 3rd on the Strip, and then I think we were gonna head downtown and give the Plaza a try because that's right around first night. So I wanted to do first night downtown, or first Friday downtown rather. And I still want to give the Plaza a good shot.
It's something else that's actually kind of shit about this canceling this trip, as a matter of fact, is that although I think this is my 8th or my 9th trip to Vegas or something like that, I've never been downtown. So for me, this would have been the first time I've ever even gone downtown. So yeah, it also reached out to me as well, and had set a whole bunch of stuff up, and we were looking forward to seeing and meeting everybody, and it's just not going to happen. So yeah. And this is Tiffany.
She's clearly begging for her dinner.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm not a downtown girl. The first time I went, I was utterly miserable and couldn't wait to get out of there. The second time, I had a really great time. One of my favorite cover bands, they're called Empire Records, and they do like all 90s covers. And they're very often down on Fremont, and they're fantastic. And you name it, like I'm a 90s girl, they did it. So I got way too much Angry Orchard on tap because the Golden Gate outside used to do it on tap. Yeah, Tiffy will be super happy that she's not left with my mom. Not that there's anything wrong with my mom, but
she suffers a little bit of separation anxiety whenever we leave. She's
pathetic.
It's kind of sad, really.
So yeah, the second time it was great. I was drinking on tap Angry Orchard from the Golden Gate and dancing Empire Records. So my second time was way, way, way better. But the first time I couldn't get out of there quick enough. So I think it was going to be fun to at least let Steve experience it on his own, because I did used to go on my own, and it's only in the last 3 years that I've started bringing you with me.
Yeah, and Empire Records, along with anybody else that's in the gig economy, has all started posting that their gigs are all getting canceled. We're friendly with a DJ out of LA who DJs in LA and Las Vegas quite a lot, and we love to go and see him. His name is DJ Schematics. He said last night that for the next 6 months, 95% of his gigs have been canceled. So if you're a gig worker and that's kind of your thing, and wow, this is going to be real. Those for the next 2 weeks have all been postponed.
Oh, I thought it was longer.
It might have been longer even.
Yeah.
I know the gig economy is the one that's going to get hit the hardest, the first, and not to mention all the poor casino workers that are now probably not necessarily at this point getting laid off, but I know part-time workers for sure aren't getting hours. Anybody who works at any of the buffets in MGM, and I just don't know where this is going to end and where they're going to stop. And I hope that this is all just hype, and that next week is a fantastic week, and you guys get all completely shit-faced and post up some really cool videos and make us really feel like assholes for not coming. So that's what I truly hope happens.
Yes.
But yeah, we just we just waited all together, and it just didn't make a lot of sense from our perspective. That's all.
Right?
Totally, Cinnamon. I appreciate that. Like, I mean, it's what did they close today? They closed up, like, even Eliza Schlesinger, the comedian, has announced that she's canceling all her shows anywhere, and they're all over the States over the course of the next few months for the same reason. It's just It's
Yeah.
scary. So we're just kind of, yeah, our schools have, they just announced today, guys, that our schools, they're going to keep them closed for 2 weeks after March break, at least. So next week is March break here. So then they're going to have a 2 week shutdown after that. So they're saying like April 5th, I think they said was the next time they're going to open.
Meanwhile, they've been striking a ton. So these poor
Yeah.
kids have been through a lot. I'm
Yeah.
glad I don't have kids, much less kids in school, that are missing out on so much learning because they've been doing strikes a couple days a week. But
yeah, guys, I mean, I totally hear the
Yeah.
SNS guys. I hear you. Like, yeah, who knows where it's going to be then? Like, I mean, if you watch the models and follow the models, our model, or at least the U.S. model, follows pretty close to what the Italian model is, and that Italian model is pretty much leading to a lot of not such nice things. So
I'll have a listen to that podcast. That'll be great for my drive into work.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one as well. That's the one with Oscar on it, right?
No, that's Jeff Vegas. That's
Jeff Vegas. That's a different one. Did you anybody watch the Plaza one that came out yesterday with Oscar?
How's your sister doing, Claudia? And I wish my work could shut down, Nick, but that's never gonna happen. I bet. I couldn't imagine.
No, I can for sure. I know someone who's going on a cruise that leaves out of Venice at the end of April.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to depress you. You know what? Go have a great time. I hope
Mark, have a great time, man.
Healthy,
and
drink
seriously,
all your bud.
That's it. Drink all your bud. Take lots of really good videos, and I hope we feel like ass when you get home because we didn't go.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
100%.
This is not a decision that we're making that reflects on anyone else. This is totally on us. We're making this decision for our own reasons.
A big old dick punch to us too.
Believe me.
Because I was giddy with excitement on Monday, and now I'm like, this blows. So.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I think we've covered off what we needed to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It sucks. See, I'm glad that employers are like embracing that you can work from home. I know my union office sent out an email this week saying that they were shutting down all the offices and forcing everyone to work from home. So obviously I don't have that option to work from home. I canceled because, well, there is that, right? You are in one. Well, we're taking it well because it's been 24 hours.
And it's funny you talk about work and all that. My best friend works at BlackBerry, the BlackBerry company. He works at BlackBerry and secure environment. The ironic part of all of that, and the whole purpose of what he does is basically to support people from working remotely. Yet his company isn't letting them work remotely. So there are some.
That's crazy.
Dumb. That's smart.
I know it's
can't
smart.
work at home.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I asked him today if they were shutting down, and he said no. He said no, we have to stay at work. They don't have a work from home policy.
And that may change.
It may change.
I feel terrible for anyone who's going through the uncertainty. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Part of why I got into the work I did is because I knew I'd have a job as long as I wanted it. And that's just the reality of it. Is people are gonna get sick and they're going to need help. So.
And they're gonna need somebody to scrape them off the road.
Well, ideally that's the exception, not the norm. Ideally. So yeah, but thank you everybody for coming. We are blown away that we got so many people out because we're just.
It's because everybody's looking forward to their trip next week.
I know, and they think they're gonna get like all sorts of cool Vegas intel. Yeah.
Sin City, don't you guys leave like tomorrow or something?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I'm lucky because I work in marketing, so I can literally sit at home and work all day. 7 p.m. That's awesome, man.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm totally jealous.
Oh, you keep rubbing that in.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's great. I hope you guys have a fantastic time.
Me
honestly.
Too. Well, involve. Okay, we'll do our lives. That's awesome.
It's her.
I didn't think anybody. Yeah.
It's her.
It's totes me.
TU, for the most part, is an introvert. So even getting her in front of a camera is a big deal. But she just, she's doing fine. So as she gets better, or as she starts feeling more comfortable, no saying she's going to get any better.
But yeah, the other half of my job, I do work with very frail, elderly, at-risk seniors. So that's my other big concern is I'm super passionate about my seniors and doing good work for them and whatnot. So the thought of maybe getting something and bringing it back to them is also devastating to me because they're also finding that this can live in your respiratory tract for up to 35, 37 days. Like, again, this is unknown, right? So they're just now getting all the testing. You know what? In some of these seniors, I'm all they've got. I'm their only social visit. And it breaks my heart and fills my heart in one. And it's, families are busy or they don't have any families left and they're shut-ins and reclusive and whatever. So it's I consider it a great honor actually to go into their houses, and if I'm their social lifeline, if it's just a social call, that's great. Obviously our main purpose is chronic diseases, etc. Yeah, exactly. COPD is crazy. It's he's at risk, and those guys are, some of our main patients, and there's no way that I could get a respiratory illness and then bring it back to someone who's already immunocompromised or have lung disease or anything like that. So
all this medical speak, we're
I
losing
know.
people.
I'm sorry.
See, this is why I don't get into conversations about what we do.
Yeah.
Because my job, as compared to hers, is like I nothing. So, yeah. And Cinnamon, I wouldn't be worried about it from your perspective because I don't think that travel is going to change too significantly in and among the states. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
For me, the biggest issue that I have is getting across the border because I don't know if any of the American people or any of the Americans that are here right now know, but our prime minister is actually quarantining himself because his wife is being tested for coronavirus. So it's very possible that our prime minister could have been exposed to coronavirus as well. So,
and I wouldn't put it past him to shut our borders. Like
right.
That's and like I said, I don't want to be one of those people paying $2,000 for a flight home like those people in Paris were doing this week. Like that's nuts.
Yeah.
And we're flying Spirit. So do you really think Spirit's going to give two hoots about getting two silly Canadians home? Not a chance.
Well, especially when they're only getting us to Detroit, and it's getting from the Detroit airport to Windsor is the concern for me.
So.
And Mark flying out of Canada, he's going to be in probably. I don't know if it's going to be better.
I don't know.
I don't know what's going to happen, quite honestly. So I'm not even going to make a guess. So
yeah. Fingers crossed that it's great for everyone.
Absolutely.
And that you guys have a killer time.
For sure. Make us miss it. We want everyone to make us miss not going.
Get all the hand pays and all the balls. Spirit will sell you tissues. Right.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
So in full disclosure, this was actually there's others that aren't going to be there. Like we're going to miss Alice, obviously. Balls. There's ones we love that aren't going to be there. Nikki Fromage. We were to visit Vegas, but still there was a huge concentration of people that we love to watch that we were super excited to meet. So we were actually going to be in Mexico that week. And when it came to a matter of finding Mexico flights at the time, we couldn't find any for under 1,000 round trip. So that was when it became beg, steal, borrow, hit up the plaza, find whatever crappy comps I could on the strip, and then get flights. And Spirit was our cheapest. So
totally, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh. Steve wants me to go get the rug. He's so proud of this ridiculous rug.
Because it's awesome.
It's in his bathroom. To be fair, this is in his bathroom. It's not in ours.
I bought a fucking bath mat. That was me adulting at some point, and yeah. Thanks, Jano. Like I said, and I hope you guys have a fantastic time next week. And oh, there you go. Got the nice bath. Look at the size of this friggin' thing, man.
This is ridiculous.
That's it. Wave the Hog and 2 cent banner.
We miss you, Hog and 2.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were saying too, Jano, is that Vegas isn't going anywhere. It just doesn't make any sense for us to go this week coming. Again, like I said, we're looking at June. No, I don't want a matching shower curtain. No. But yeah, we're still looking at June again for for the next trip. I think like the end of June. I forget when it is.
Yeah, I think it was June 21st or something like that.
Because I know Tiu likes it when the pools are open. So even now,
they're open now.
They're kind of open. Well, not
but
anymore.
Not all of them, right? I know.
So we'll see what happens next week. Ultimately, everybody's going to have a really good time, get really shit-faced, do lots of pole dancing, and send back lots of good videos.
The pole dancing.
I know. I'm going to miss Nick on the pole, man. Like, come on.
No, Jano, I'm a baby. The last 2 years when we've been there in January, February, I've been way too much of a chicken. Like, we were at Aria, and even just the thought of like getting from the outside to the hot tub. No, that was not happening.
We went for Super Bowl last year. We went for Super Bowl last year, so I think we got there like January 28th or 27th or something like that, and it was cold. Like, I mean, I think it was colder in Vegas than it was here in just outside of Toronto. So just to give you an idea, and it snowed a couple of the days we were there, which is really, really weird for us. And it's so interesting because Vegas is such a different city when you don't want to go outside because it's too cold. And everybody says, "Oh, you're Canadian." Yeah, but it was like one day when we were there, it was like 16 degrees Fahrenheit. Like it was cold.
Cinnamon, I'll find you on Instagram because I'm an Insta fanatic, so I will totes find you.
Oh yeah, we need to see that. Absolutely.
So yes, I'm bummed we're gonna miss the Bridgers group pull. We're gonna miss Hog 2 Cents group pull. Yeah, wow, it was cool. Awful.
We went because I remember we went to Bellagio. And we went literally that walk from Bellagio to Cosmo. We walked because we were staying at the Aria. So we walked to Cosmo, and holy crap. By the time we got to Cosmo, both of us were like completely frozen. And I was wearing, I had on a shirt plus a polar fleece over top, and I was still cold. It was really, really cold. She's gone to get her phone to add you, Cinnamon.
If I don't do it now, I'll forget. All right, I will find you and follow you.
And another thing that I'm going to miss out is I love editing the footage. I
know.
It's so funny because we started doing. We thought if we started to video it, at least we'd get to see some of the things that we got up to and got to relive and revisit some of the moments that we had when we were in Vegas. So yeah, for us, it's just, and it's kind of taken off from there. So we did it more for us than anything else at first. And I think that's kind of the best way to do it. Do it organically and get people to kind of like what you do.
Although it's funny because we go back and look at our August stuff and we're like, man, we're boring. So,
well, in truth, if we didn't, like, I mean, a lot of our escapades, if you will, with alcohol and other, yeah, we didn't know.
It was never filmed.
Oh, God, no. Because we were much worse. Like, I mean, that was I don't know what it was.
We called it 2 junkies on a bender.
Oh yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Oh.
There was one night, I don't know how well you guys know the Mirage, but I'm sitting down by Otoro at the slot machines, and I could not remember for the life of me how to get back to the elevators. Like, I honestly thought Steve was going to have to go get a bell guy to put me in a freaking bell luggage cart to take me back to the room because I could not remember how to get there. And that same night, I walked in circles about 3 times, past the same bachelorette group 3 times, and then decided to walk down towards the One Oak nightclub because I was convinced, and he was not stopping me, I was convinced that there were slot machines down by the One Oak nightclub. So none of that stuff made it. And it was all me. In truth, I was just, I don't know, I was worried about someone big up at my job finding it and thinking that I was a disaster, which I am a disaster, but they don't need to know that.
We're professional train wrecks.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, we're actually, as straight-laced as they come at home, where we work hard, we play hard. Vegas is our like hog and two. We'll be super, super quick. I gotta show you. And this is ridiculous.
This thing's really big. Have you seen these things? How big they are, Tucson? Look at the size of this thing.
All I'm gonna say is size matters. I am sure that my cleaning lady laughed her ass off at this week when she saw it.
Yeah, the cleaning lady came in and it was already there, so she would have seen it. So she had a good laugh at it apparently.
So hog and two, I'm gonna give you the quick Coles notes. Birthdays are super important. We are bailing on next week. We have a legit fear that we are going to be stuck in Vegas. We're not sure what they're going to do with the Canadian border. We're not sure what they're going to do with any borders. I know our neighboring provinces are
nice, Nick.
Not remotely responsible for us, and I wouldn't be. And that's happening in Quebec and BC, so I wouldn't be surprised if it happens in Ontario because we're the biggest. So
even though our premier's an asshole, even he's not dumb enough not to see the writing on the wall. Even
him this week, he's like, everyone go out and enjoy March break, except everything else is like, oh no, don't. They're shutting everything down. So yeah.
Yep.
So no tinfoil hats. You might have to return the tinfoil to Costco and exchange it for some TP instead.
But guys, now because we had to cancel out this one, we're now looking at June again seriously. Yeah. So
Dofo's a dumbass. That's all I've got to say.
Good old Doug. Yep.
He's a fraud.
Well, his brother wasn't any better. Trust me.
No, they're both. The whole family is crooked.
Yeah. Well, they made their money or parts of their money selling drugs all through high school. So yeah, that's great people that you want running your province. But that's another argument entirely.
Happy birthday to your dad, Tucson.
Absolutely. But it's pretty bad when your main election policy is a buck of beer.
Yeah.
And just goes to show you where Canadians are when they actually voted for them.
Right. Clearly we've got our... Yeah,
we
did. Well, water, wilds, and weeds. To me, you're just WWW. Sorry, it's usually me doing the typing. Yeah. I think you're in Saskatchewan, aren't you? Why do I feel like you're like in Western Canada? I could be wrong. I do forget these things. In any event, yeah, the long and short of it is we felt it was in our best interest, based on me working in healthcare, that I'm likely going to get coronavirus, but I'd much rather do it in the course of my work. Oh, BC. Oh, even nicer. We used to vacation in Kelowna when I was wee, so I love all that interior BC area. In any event, because of what BC is doing, where everyone's having to go into quarantine post-travel, as well as Quebec, we figured it was a matter of time before it hit Toronto or Ontario, and we certainly didn't want to be stuck somewhere and then scrambling to get home like the people in Paris that were paying $2,000 for a flight to get back to the U.S. this week and whatnot. So
you'd think population alone that would be more prolific in Ontario as opposed to BC, but it's surprising to me that it's not.
Yeah, and we too are like a border province.
We are.
We have a ton of border. I mean, God, there was tons of jokes about shopping in Buffalo way back when.
Mm-hmm. Well, where we live, just to give you guys kind of an idea of where we are, we're 2.5 hours from Detroit, from the border at Detroit-Windsor, and we're about
an hour,
45 minutes to an hour from Buffalo. So we're pretty close to the States on both sides, which is good for us because it gives us a lot of options when it comes to airports to fly out to Vegas. So anyways, the long story here is that
hey, it's Chico.
Hey, Chico.
You betcha, buddy. Oh.
So yeah, hog and 2 cents. Anyways, we're going to be revisiting that whole idea of June now that we can't go now.
Hey Chico, are you going to get on cam for hog and 2 so we can put a face to the name? You betcha. You know what? You might be okay, Wildwater.
No, we're not Bills. We're Patriots fans, which is even worse.
Oh, God, no. And we hate living here because it's Bills football all the time. Like, we actually have to pay extra for the Sunday ticket and stuff so we can watch our Pats.
Thanks,
Scooter
Chico.
Steve, yeah.
We love your videos too, brother.
Me too, man.
And we were going to Plaza, and I was going to go check out that Greyhound station that you showed in your last video. It was awesome. So we were going to go check all that out today too.
You betcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So we go down when the Patriots come into town. We often go down to the game in Buffalo, wearing all our garb, and we put up with all the crap and people from everybody around us. So it's a lot of fun. Myself, honestly, I prefer college football actually, but yeah, we're big Patriots fans here.
Mm-hmm. And I'm actually a Michigan football fan, so we do often go over to go Pats. Exactly. We do often go over to the Big House and take in some college games there as well. And we did Thanksgiving. We did the Patriots Lions.
In Detroit, that was a great game.
So I almost got into a fight in Detroit because they gave out foam fingers to start the game, and every time the Pats got a first down, I used the foam finger to signal the first down, so that was terrible. In the Prosecco, spun around on my chair and counted. I'm like, I think he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reasons why he's better than your quarterback, bitch. And Steve's nudging me. He's, stop it! They're gonna fight me, and I'm like, oh no, they're not. They're fighting me.
Yeah, and then she puked 5 minutes later. So
to be fair, I'm also 5'1". Like I'm not remotely menacing to anybody, but in my head, with enough vodka, I was ready to take her on.
Oh, nice. It's
awesome.
Fun. We went to, I don't know if you remember this game. I want to say it was December 28th, and it was probably 10 years ago now.
2008. It was the year of Matt Castle.
The year Matt Castle played. That's right, because it was because Brady was out for the season, so it was the year. And we went. It was December 28th, and it was friggin' cold, man. Like, and the wind. Remember the wind?
The wind kept blowing the uprights over. So anytime they had to kick an extra, they would have to jimmy rake the uprights back up so someone could kick the extra. It was ridiculous.
It was crazy. Still not the coldest game I've ever been to in Buffalo.
Jerk. I will forever hold that against Brett Favre till the day I die, by the way. We never should have banked on him on our playoff chances as it was to begin with, but damn you, Brett Favre.
My dubious distinction in regards to my NFL whatever is, they have the top 10 shows on the NFL Network, and they do the top 10 best quarterbacks, whatever. They did the top 10 coldest games and the game that at kickoff. And with the wind chill, it was even colder than that. It was the only time that I ever went to a football game that I actually left early. It was freezing cold.
Steelers from Penticton?
Steelers.
Not even like
how do you become a
Hawks?
Steeler fan in Penticton? Yeah, you're a Seahawk fan down that way, man.
I know. Blah, blah, blah. So it was forced upon me just as the Bills are forced upon me here.
Yeah. And when Wilfork played for the Patriots, we went to the draft parties for 3 or 4 years in a row. We used to drive down to New England, and we'd go to his wife does in fact have coronavirus, and our prime minister is now in quarantine, being tested for the same. So
Chico, it looks like at best now it might be end of June, definitively for sure September 27th to
it'll be more than just September.
Right, so it'll probably be the
I've got to get my
DGen
on, man. I'm missing it.
I know. We are too.
Us too. Yeah, I personally think they're going to close it to the public. I think it's going to be done in a closed room somewhere. I don't even know if they'll invite the players.
Canceled all those cell phone towers that they were going to.
They did.
Too.
The NFL yesterday canceled their order for a bunch of temporary cell phone towers.
We're there. I promise I'll sign an NDA. So I just need to put a face to the name.
But yeah, yes. Further to the draft, I'm curious to see the event in Vegas. I think EDC is going to get canceled. It's coming up too, and I think it's going to get canceled.
Pizza conference got canceled. Now that's bullshit.
The pizza conference got canceled. So yeah, anything that people are starting to gather at just seems to be going by the wayside, and it makes. I'm not sure what they're going to do in the States.
I actually have to look at the gym next. Is that something I'm going to have to cut out? It's essential to my head and my body, but I'm in all the casinos. Then what? Then what am I supposed to do in Vegas if I can't gamble? Yeah,
because they shut down all the casinos in Macau. So
for like a month or something.
It's not like they can't do it, and it's not like they won't do it. So, and I know that, I think I remember reading that somebody was reported in Boston today at the Wynn.
Oh, Encore Boston, not fear mongering. It's
No.
just they say each person infects 2, and we don't have a virus. Absolutely. Thanks for popping in, SNS.
Take care, guys.
Take
Thanks
care,
for coming
guys.
by.
Thanks for popping in. So yeah, it's a novel thing. Like it will take, not a good situation, that's for sure, and it pretty much just has to blow through. People have to get immunities, and it's not much different. Same thing. It just needs to blow through, and people need to get immunities, and hopefully this will be a minimal impact.
Make your job easier if it is.
I'm not going to lie. There's a part of me that I'm hoping if so many people are home that it might be a little bit quieter because we're busy as heck without having to deal with influenza or coronavirus. So,
and that's one of the underlying problems that nobody is really identifying with this whole coronavirus situation is that you've already got an overtaxed healthcare system almost everywhere. So now you're going to add an extra issue that's going to bring people into an overtaxed system. So, that system is just ripe for for God knows what. So hopefully that all of this is just going to be fear mongering, and that's all we really hope for at the end of the day. Obviously, we don't want anybody to get sick or anything like that, but
I'd rather be wrong than sorry.
Right. That's an interesting way to put it.
Yep. Yeah. All right, friends. This has gone on a lot. We're almost like in Hog and 2 Cent territory.
No, we haven't even hit an hour yet. We're still rookies.
We're still, exactly. I feel like we need a giveaway, but I didn't get a chance to get to Spinatti's. You too. Sorry, guys.
Nick, make sure you have an extra dance on that pole for me, buddy.
Yes, and Cinnamon, please. We need this in our life. I'm actually going to be home all week. Like, I am legit 100% off all week next week. So please fill me with all the FOMO I can handle.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks every much for coming, and thanks every much.
Every much, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But thanks everyone for coming. We appreciate that, and we'll catch up to you again the next time.
Yeah. Well, we are.
Oh, we're not sorry. Well, we are because
really look
forward to meeting everybody.
And we did promise like the group polls and stuff like that.
For sure.
We feel bad about canceling on those sorts of things.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm sure they'll find more people to join.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, everyone.
All right, guys. Peace. Cheers. And we'll see you guys soon. Cheers.
Get all those hand pays and all those balls.
Adios, guys.
Night.